The heart essentially is like a magnetic field, and if we don't learn to bring this magnetic field to we must understand that this reality, forget this reality. When we look at inside of ourselves, we must become aware that the heart has a magnetic field, and within this magnetic field lives the potential to bring justice to the outside world, what we're perceiving, what we see, touch, taste, smell, listen to, whatever. Within the heart, we have the ability to realize that there's a different field existing. We've got two fields of awareness. We've got the mind, the mentality of the mind, and we've got the heart. The heart knows truth. It is truth. It is wisdom. It's love. It's infinite potential. And a lot of the time we get stuck in the head space. We get stuck in the mind space. We can't move out of the mind space, and we only get stuck there. Now, this is where all the suffering, all the neglect, all the self-pity, all the hatred, all the toxicity, all the narcissistic potential lives in the mind. It doesn't live in the heart. It can't. It's almost like the heart is a chamber of energy, and this dark force just it can't code into it. And that's why, but what it can do is it can manipulate the heart and control the heart. It's dark. The mind, or the awareness behind the mind, understands truly the power of the heart, and how it can use the heart, but it can't run the heart when the heart understands the truth of its true power. Because when we truly activate the heart, we start to, it's just like it's like the demon trying to hold the heart in the hand. When the heart awakens to its true power, it will incinerate the demon if it attempts to hold on to the heart. Incinerate. Why? Because the energy which lives within the heart is too strong. It will literally tear any injustice apart when the heart truly activates. It will tear any injustice apart. And that's what I'm talking about. The demon is essentially injustice to the heart in the first place. And that's why the mind exists, because the mind is developed to actually convince the heart of its true power, keeping us in ignorance. So we never really activate the heart to scare away the demons. Our heart's essentially being squeezed by the demons, and it does this by creating this imbalance, injustice to our hearts. We feel all the heartbreak. It's really heartbreak. And the demons are essentially, or demons or narcissistic force, or whatever you want to call it. Every religion has its own code to this dark force. We're being squeezed. You can refer it to a dark force. You can talk about malevolent energy. You can talk about it as like beings of destruction. Whatever's ruling our mind space, the dark energy, the dark thoughts, are essentially squeezing our hearts of its potential. Because the potential of which they're squeezing is essentially the potential which would destroy them. So once we start to activate our hearts, we actually start to absolutely shoot frequency into everything which was once taking us, and we just become free. The truth is we become free. We understand the power of the heart, and most importantly, we understand what the mind and how the mind was manipulating us to stop us from activating and opening. And it comes down to self-love. We need to learn to love to be able to take back our heart's awareness. The truth is love and accepting. If we can accept, we start to open our hearts. It all boils down to accepting. By accepting, we learn to open our hearts. Opening our hearts will shoot any dark frequency away from us. Any dark frequency, any thought, any possession, the love has the potential to shine. Darkness cannot stay dark when the light has opened. That was intense.